Hey guys, System here, and this is FTB Stoneblock 3. Hope you're all having a great day. I'm myself, I am having a fantastic one. Let's go ahead and jump forward and move back into the pack here, right? So in between episodes, went ahead and worked on this room a little bit. Threw some more of those void blocks up there. I just really like them. They're just neat. They just add such a nice aesthetic to a room. And then went ahead and decorated the room with a whole bunch of white concrete. Then I just did the randomized floor there. And then, yeah, some more of our train casings because I'm really liking that. This room really looks kind of like industrial. I really like this. It turned out very nice. We're going to end up having another room going back this way in time. We're going to have a whole bunch of different mechanical crafter setups at some point. So we'll definitely have to do that. And then we'll probably have a few more automations in this room as well. But yeah, I'm really liking this room. I may end up turning this into a tier, what is it, 9? Yeah, tier 9 boiler right now. I may turn it into a tier 18 later. I think we're going to be using a lot of stress units. I didn't realize how much we used yesterday, actually. So this here, each one of these is 1,000, right? So that is 6,000 for the deployers. And each one of these is 2. So that's 12,000 stress units right there. And this one over here, every one of these wheels is 2,000. So that's 20 right there. So just in those 2 setups, we used a lot. 32,000 stress units, just boom, gone, right? So using a lot more than I guess I figured it would. But definitely something we'll have to look at kind of move forward. Then over here, I went ahead and kind of worked on this area too. So I made it a little higher. Made these little pods here because we're going to be putting some automations in them. So we have some more singularities to do, of course. And then I guess down here, oh, also I added these. These are the sky blocks, right? Again, from the same mod as the void blocks. So these are the ones you have to use to craft the void blocks, right? These are the literal sky blocks, right? But they mimic the sky. So yeah, we have sun up here, right? So you have this weird kind of aspect that you're actually outside when you're in here, which I actually like. And then over here, I went ahead and accelerated our mob farm too, right? So I just have a watch on a pedestal here. When I turn it on, boom, just instant like mass spawns. Actually works out really well. And gets us our jelly babies much quicker too. So that is working out really well. I think I finally have this thing filtered. I haven't had any new arbors come in here. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I did. I don't think I did anything else. I kind of want to go look at our numbers real quick and see where we're at with our kind of singularities, right? So we already have like 70,000 of those, which is amazing. These are going up slow, but that's why I accelerated. I just started accelerating that. They're done. The walls are doing okay. These are going really slow. I feel like they have this number too high for the balloons, right? You need, I think I said like 1.6 million or something like that. I feel like it's too high. It seems like that number should be like straight up cut in half. That one's going up good. Everything else is going up pretty well, I guess. We're kind of making pretty good progress here, which is amazing. We still have a bunch of singularities to work on too, right? So one we're going to work on today is the Flux block singularity. This one's going to be a little bit of a jank kind of automation here. I forget how many we need, but we'll be able to produce it quite quickly. It's just going to be a little messy, right? Because we have to automate this kind of little setup here. So we'll go ahead and get to that. Then I want to go ahead and get to these processing tier 2 singularities as well. Because I think this one's going to be pretty slow. I think we need, I'd have to look. I can't remember if you need 210,000 or if it's one of the ones that you need 400. But we'll have to check that out as well. I did notice that the glass panes do not have EMC though. So we'll have to automate that as well. And our latex production hopefully is high enough, but we'll kind of see that. And we're probably going to do nitro crystals as well. I want to get that one out of the way. And then there's pig iron. Let's look at the rest of our singularities real quick. I want to go to singularity, see where we are, right? So this one here, then we're looking at the add-on. We did bloom. He's corrupted. I think we can automate that pretty much with EMC is what I saw, right? I think one step is the furnace. Then we got the Enderium. I think that's pure EMC, so that's easy. Mob filter, pure EMC. Infused Ender Pearl, pure EMC. We got 23 of these, right? So I did kind of look at them. We'll have to get into Botania, but I think this Mana Steel one will actually be really easy because we get flowers from we get the flowers for free. Some of them, the Endo Flames, right? From there, from the loot chest. So that shouldn't be bad. Nether Star is easy. Mob Singularity, that'll just kind of happen. Flux Block, we're going to work today. Nitro Cluster, we're going to work on today. Overclockers, I think they have EMC. We got Palette and Brush one. That's a weird one, but again, EMC, so don't have to worry about it. Polonium, that'll be one of the last ones we do. Pig Iron, this one I need to choose which way we're going to do it. So Pig Iron, we do it with the mixer. And then I think there was the smeltery option. And I think there's an induction smeltery option. We'll have to get coagulated blood, though. Ethereal Slipe. This one, we're going to have to go all the way through Blood Magic. So you do need to go pretty much all the way through Blood Magic to get these ethereal slights, but you only need like 13,000. And I think I have a way of dealing with the blood there. Magenta, that is easy, EMC. Source gem, we just need to set up a bunch more source gems. Train tracks, we did. Uranite, we did. Wall Singularity, we did. We're actually pretty much done. Emerald Cluster, and then the XP Jelly Babies. Of course, this is just the first part of it. Then after that, we need to deal with the ultimates too, right? So, yeah, we're going to need like 1,600 of these. And then we got to deal with the cosmic beatballs as well. But this one's easy. I think this is all EMC, right? Yeah, that's super easy. Some of these stew ones do not have EMC, so we're going to have to automate the food. But that's kind of where we're at. I just wanted to show that too. Oh, yeah, we have to automate these too. We need 1,600 of these puppies. How many crafters do those take? I didn't actually look. Here. That's set up with 61 crafters right there. This kind of showing you where we're at. That's kind of like our place in the pack, right? And what we're working towards. But let's go ahead and work towards our first Singularity here. Maybe we'll do the add-on one first. So before we go ahead and actually set up the automation for the add-ons here, I'm going to go ahead and make one of these here. It is a requester. Also want to make some, I guess, some ultimate pipes, and we'll grab them as well. Where are the pipes? Are the ultimate ones? Because I think they'll be good for this setup as well. Where are they at? They are right here. Go ahead and grab a bunch of them. Oh, they have EMC. I guess I could just EMC that. So I think I need to grab a regular furnace of all things, because I don't think I have one of those in the EMC link yet. And I also want a bunch of gears. Just bits and bobs, right? So I want to be able to automatically EMC these as well. Because, well, we need the diamond gears right now, but having all the gears is probably a good idea as well, right? So let's go ahead and grab all of them. Then we'll set up our little requester here. This thing is going to be very useful moving forward, actually. Let's go ahead and pop you off there. You in there. You can go in there. And that should be good. Oh, I should have those casings in there, too. Go ahead and put you in there. But anyway, let's go ahead and grab this requester. This thing is going to be used to keep stock of certain items in our system without us having to think about it anymore. So go ahead and put that down. Pop that down. Go into the inventory here. Then go to one of the things I want to get in the inventory, I guess, stocked up right away. It's going to be this plastic. I want to make sure we always have 1,000 plastic in the system, basically. So all I should have to do is do that, do 1,000. And in a couple seconds here, it should start making that, right? Probably go ahead and turn on auto split for that. And it's going to try to craft that up to 1,000 and keep that in refined storage at all times, which is amazing. So that'll be good for our automation. But we could also use that for our processors as well. So I'll do that, this, and that. Anything else I'd like to keep a lot of, now that I think of it? Probably brass would be another one, just so I never have to make brass anymore. So let's do that. And I'll just keep these things in stock. So it's just a really cool item for keeping things in stock. But I need that plastic in stock right now. So I'm just going to let it kind of do what it's doing there. I think it only does one at a time too. So it won't do like all of them at a time. But it doesn't really matter. Is that going max speed? I feel like that's not going max speed. I need a stack upgrade in there, I think. Go ahead and grab stack here. See if that changes the speed of this. There you go. Do you? No, I don't think it matters. Oh, well. We'll just let it go at that speed. It's fine either way. But we look at the actual refined storage now. You'll see it's trying to do a big batch of it. And once it gets through it, we are good, right? So that is fantastic. We have tons of that dry rubber, right? So that dry rubber, we need like 210,000 of these add-ons, right? And we already have 500K of our rubber. And that'll be, each one of those is plastic, right? No, I guess 3 of these are, how does that work here? I forget how this works. Do that. How many of these is a rubber? 9 of those is a rubber. So we have almost what we need, I guess. But we'll still need to produce a lot more of that now that I think of it. But anyway, that is good there. That'll handle that. Then I also I want to grab one more item here. We should actually just set up the recipe for this one too, because we'll be using this thing moving forward as well. I want regulators, I think is what they're called, right? REG. And these right here. This upgrade is going to be very useful for us as well. So let's go ahead and grab one of them. Find a crafter for it. Haven't had to do much auto crafting lately, to be honest, but we're at that point. Go ahead and grab a regulator. Go ahead, probably make 2 of those for right now. These things are just really good for keeping certain amounts of items in inventory, right? So that is amazing. It should be good for us there. And I guess all we really need now is dissolution chambers, a crafter, and a jumbo tank. So let's go ahead and set up this automation here. Probably doing this pod right here. Doesn't really matter which one we do it in, but we'll go ahead and break that. Then we'll end up with some exporters here. So I'll have an exporter here, here, and here. And we'll go ahead and break that real quick and then hunt us down a cable. There is 2 billion. We got a good amount of them. Go ahead and pop that there. Go ahead and break that jazz. I want to grab those blocks as well because, well, I like them. And I'll have to break that one as well. So first thing we need to export to this automation here. So we actually look what we have to do. We need to get 2 redstone, 2 diamond gear, the glass panes, a furnace, and a crafting table into these dissolution chambers. Now, I can just do this with crafting cards, but that's really hard on refined storage, so I'm going to do it in a different way. So anyway, let's go ahead and grab latex. This could be a buffer tank for latex, right? Says we need a good amount of that for every one of these recipes. I have to hit Alt here. I need to get on the right screen too. Go ahead and do that here. Why can't I export latex? What? What do you mean no export latex? Exporter? Oh, I have to set the fluids. Do that. There you go. That works way better. That should start moving latex in there, which is amazing. And I guess we just put 1 stack and then 3 speeds. That should handle that. That should be able to move all the latex and keep a nice buffer of that for us, right? Another thing I probably want is a barrel here. Go ahead and grab this and go ahead and pop that there. And we're going to go ahead and put one of the regulator upgrades in here. Then we'll probably give it a stack and then probably 2 speeds. Then we need to start moving the items that we want in here, right? So we go to redstone right here. I can go in here now. Now that we have the regulator, I click on that and tell it to put a certain amount. And what it'll do is just make it so it'll only keep 64 redstone in here. So I can kind of keep it nice and clean, right? Then we kind of pipe it to all the dissolution chambers from that point, right? Then the next thing I want would be I guess we need a furnace, right? I need to look at the whole recipe. It was a furnace, right? Let's go ahead and grab a furnace. So that'll go in there. Again, 64. What was the other stuff? The other thing was the crafting table, I guess. This one. Go ahead and grab 64 of those. Then I think it was gear as well. Sweet. That'll handle that. And that should handle our 4 items that we need to kind of do in a buffer here. Then the last one will be the actual panes, right? And we can't EMC those, like I said, so we won't have to worry about that too much. Go ahead and break you for a sec because you're not where I want you, or facing the way I want you to. That is good. Probably power that from behind too. Go ahead and head back here. Hunt us down a gate. Sweet. And go ahead and do this here. I know people are going to say too, why didn't you just use crafting cards? Or why didn't you do this? This is just to take the stress off refined storage. We got so much going on in this pack. I do not want to be adding any stress to any of our systems that we don't need to. These watch of flowing times they're just running havoc with my world already, right? I don't want to push it anymore. Refined storage too, once you start using a lot of crafting cards, and I do in a lot of worlds, right, where I need to, it really does cause lag to your world. Anyway, what I want to do is go ahead and set up the recipe for the panes here. Let's go ahead and do that right there. Go ahead and apply that. Then if I put that in there, it just automatically crafts it. And then all we have to do is grab some glass, get that into the filter, just like that. Probably don't even need speed upgrades here, but we'll speed it up anyway. So that is good, that's good, and that's good, right? So we have all the resources we need kind of already set up there. I'm only going to set up 5 of these right now, kind of see how it progresses. But I think we need 210,000 of these. I looked again. It looks like it was 210,000. And then all we basically need to do is move the items down into here, but we need to set the recipes first, right? So let's go ahead and grab you. The latex I don't need to set. Probably grab a stack of panes as well. And the recipe, I believe, is this here. So you do that, and then 2 gears, then 2 panes, then a furnace, and this here. Then you'll want to lock it, right? So make sure it's locked. You can't shift these recipes in either, oddly. I think it's because there's liquids in it. But anyway, I think that's our REI thing, because I think JEI can do it. But we'll have to set this for all 5 of these. But once this is done, basically we just use the ultimate cable to move both the liquids and the items at the same time through the same cable, not even think about it. So that is kind of the plan here. We'll see if it works out. Then we'll probably accelerate this as well. And that should pretty much handle this automation here. That and that there. And I guess 2 of those. No, that's completely wrong. Oh, I just want you out, man. Get out. There you go. That, and then that, and that. There you go. Make sure they're all locked. 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 Oh, not locked. Oh, these ones aren't locked. Totally wrong. Need to make sure there's no space between the little line there, right? There you go. I think those are all fired up and ready to go. And the last thing we should have to do here, I guess, is grab our ultimate pipe here. Hook them all up. Then we should just have to set the extracts, right? So let's actually go in the bag, hunt down our pipe wrench, and this, right? There you go. And if that's working, maybe they'll be getting items. Yeah, there we go. We'll need, I guess, ultimate upgrades here too. So let's go to pipe skim. Make sure it's going nice and fast. But at this point, I think we're good. So that, and that. See how you're doing? I guess we only hooked up the 1 machine. I should probably hook up the other ones as well, right? Being a complete derp here. That and that. Fantastic. So everything's good, everything in it. Just make sure all the recipes are right here. That looks good. And then I guess we just need some gates. So let's go ahead and see if this actually works here. Should work fine, right? Should work really clean. You keep it completely independent of refined storage. Outside of the exports, right? But the exports aren't actually that bad. There you go. That one's going. That one's going. I have something wrong on this one. Wait, that one looks like it's right. Oh, it's not getting fluids. Why? Oh, I didn't put a cable there. How did I miss that? There you go. So that one's going. That one's going. And that one's going, right? So that's it there. I guess all we have to do is, I guess, collection of the items. So we could do that. Probably just do like a line of cable down here, I guess. We won't use the ultimates here because I don't want them mixed. But anyway, we'll just use basic item cable. So I pretty much have this automation done here, but I am kind of tweaking it out here. It's falling behind now in latex. It actually can't keep up with the latex. So I'm trying to add a couple of these around here. So we'll do like 4 pedestals, I think. Also realized we don't need the plastic anymore. For some reason, I thought this recipe was going to take plastic. So I've been producing plastic with one of these, what are these called here? Fluid extractors the entire time. But now I've decided I don't need that, right? So let's go ahead and get that out of the equation. So we have an extra fluid extractor here as well. Unfortunately, you can't aim these down either. So I guess that is a thing as well. So how did I get that on the wrong side? So let's get that out of there. Then grab ourselves a watch here. So we've got one right there. And we'll just massively speed this thing up, I think, right? See if it actually keep up at all. Looks like it still can't keep up. Either way, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and see how well it's actually producing now. See if it's coming in any faster. It's still going. It's going way better than it was. So that's not too bad. At least it's... Yeah, it's only like a second in between. But it looks like it does like 2. Then it stops. Which is fine. I think that's okay. I went ahead and sped these all up too. But now that I'm seeing how it's going... Probably didn't need the, I guess, the acceleration on that at all. I guess the extra speed upgrades. But it seems like it's producing pretty well. If we go to our add-ons now, there you go. We're already at 6.3K. So it'll actually produce very well. I'm just trying to get enough throughput here. But I guess it doesn't matter if we only need the 210,000 for this one. If it's only 210,000, we should be more than good enough. But that is pretty much our add-on. I guess, what is that called there? That is the add-on processing tier 2 automation. So yeah, just a neat little way to do it with the regulators there. Notice this kind of just keeps up with the items, no problems at all whatsoever. And it just moves in what it needs, right? So it's not throwing in a whole bunch of items to the chest, or I guess automatically just exporting it there too. It's way easier on refined storage. So quite happy with that little automation, and probably just go ahead and clean it up here. Then we'll go ahead and move on to something else here. So the next thing on the list here is go ahead and automate. I want to automate this here. We need to automate the flux blocks for the flux block singularity, right? So to do this one, we need the flux blocks, right? To do that, we need flux dust. That is the main component we actually need, so that's what we're working towards. All this stuff is done a little weird, right? So we need to go ahead and make one of these here, an actual flux block. Once we do that, we can automate it somewhere that isn't at bedrock, but we'll have to go ahead and make the first batch of flux dust down at bedrock, so we'll have to go ahead and do that. We're going to set up this one in a compact machine too, so I have this little setup here with the projectors, right? So they're ready to go. Also, I have a dropper up here, and this one has the field proxy match. I never actually showed this one. I'll show you what it does here. So if I grab this thing, you actually go to a projector, shift or right click on it, and it says it's copying the field position, right? So it's looking at this particular field. As long as it's above it, right? And you have the pearls in here at a dropper, when it sees a valid recipe, it'll automatically drop a pearl. So I don't actually have to drop a pearl anymore. So just a neat little thing there. And could have used it for the previous automation. I did speak about it, but I did not, just for room constraints, right? Anyway, let's go ahead and do that. Do this here. And once I put these 3 in place, we should actually get our compact machine be built, right? There you go. Drop the pearl. And there you go. We have our compact machine. I'm just going with a smaller one on this too. So I'm going with a 7x7x7. We don't need as much space in this one. And the only reason I'm really setting this one a compact machine anyway is because it's going to be very loud. So anyway, and I don't want to have to mute it. So that's good there. With that, we'll have to go ahead and dig down to bedrock, get our first flux here. I do have a block of obsidian and some redstone. Should probably go ahead and speed this puppy up too, because I'm going to pretty much just dig straight down for all that matters, right? There we go. We're down to bedrock here. This is pretty much all we need. Basically, we just take the obsidian, put that right there. Go ahead and grab some redstone, throw it underneath, and then you just left click. Once you do that, you actually get yourself some of this flux dust. And we only need enough for 1 block anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much all we had to do down here. But now you know how it's done. Also, I didn't set a location. I thought I had a location. Oh man, I need to go back up. So we should be able to just craft this really easy. So there is our first flux block. So that is cool. We got that. We got that. Then what else do we need here? I have a refined storage system in our inventory. We're going to be using that in the compact machine just to keep everything nice and clean here. We'll end up needing a AMC link. So let's grab that. Then on top of that, I guess we'll need destructors and constructors, right? So let's go ahead and grab that there, hopefully. Did you give me everything? Good. And I need one destructor and two destructors. So this would be what kind of builds and destroys the blocks, because we need to do a little kind of weird stuff. This will be a little bit of a jank automation, and hopefully I get it pretty clean, but we'll kind of see how it goes here. There may be some, I guess, some possibility that redstone flies around. Anything else we need here? I think that's good there. Probably just some speed upgrades and a few other things, and then we should be pretty much good to go. Yeah, I think we're good. I have this too. That is collection. And I guess some placement blocks and stuff too. So I just need to pick something I like. So I totally forgot we actually needed a rotational force over in the other dimension there, right? The actual compact machine. So building this here, this is a electric motor. Basically, you can use RF. So you feed it RF and it gives you rotational force. So it is an option for that. I've been purposely avoiding these because I know they have issues, right? Sometimes when you load up your pack, they like to randomly break connections with, like cogs and shafts and stuff like that, right? I didn't want to deal with that, so I have been using them. So I guess that's a thing. But we are going to use one here just because it's going to be in a compact machine. And I have a limited amount of connections anyway. And it'll be just producing our flux either way. Yeah, I think we're good, right? So let's head over into our new compact machine, right? So this is a little small one. Already have a refined storage set up here. Should probably have it like in this corner here for the spawn point. Then up there it's all powered. We got ourselves a drive on here. The only thing we really need to do, I guess, is grab an EMC link and get that hooked up, right? So let's do that, and I should have an external storage here somewhere. Let's go ahead and grab that. The only thing I'm going to want in this system here is going to be obsidian. So we'll do obsidian, I guess, down here. And then we'll want, I guess, redstone as well. So let's go ahead and grab redstone. Hopefully have that part of it as well. Where's regular redstone? Oh, right in front of my face, system. Let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and pop that in there. And now that should be able to see pretty much infinite amounts of that stuff. And then we need to start thinking about our automation here, right? So what we need to do, we'll look at that one more time, right? So what we need to do is set up this little kind of structure here, right? That'll be what we're trying to actually build and automate, right? And the way we're going to do that, I think, is grab the flux block. Let's go ahead and pop that down like right there. Then we're going to have to tell it to place a obsidian. So we use a constructor, right? So the constructor, let's actually get a obsidian in place, right? So right here. Then the constructor will sit there. Then we'll end up with a actual cable. Do I have any cables here? I would like to have some cable. Cable would be great. May have to wall this in a little bit too so redstone doesn't fly around. Like I said, this will be a little jank here. That one's good there. Then I think we'll want some speed upgrades. So let's grab speeds. Let's do that. Probably all speeds on this one. Don't want to filter it with that. We want to filter it with this here. So it knows to only place this stuff, right? So if I break that now, it automatically places a obsidian, right? So we have that part taken care of. Now, the next part will be the redstone, I guess. And actually, I should show you this a few times. Go ahead and grab this. So the way this kind of works too, like right when I do this and then I left click it, sometimes it'll turn into, it'll be obsidian when it moves down. Then other times it's going to be a piece of cobblestone. It's random, right? So we have to deal with the deconstructing of that as well. So let's go ahead and do that part of it, right? So we'll need a deconstructor. Pop that there. Then that'll break anything. But the only thing we really want, I guess I'll filter this too. We could just do obsidian and then maybe cobble. Let's go ahead and grab a cobble here. Then it will only break those blocks, although it probably doesn't need to be filtered. But if I ever put down a placement block or anything like that, it won't break it, right? So that is good there. And we could probably go ahead and speed that one up as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Now if I put a block down. Oh, I need it on, no, not fluids. I want it on whitelist. There we go. That should be pretty much instant there. So that'll handle that part of it. So now if I throw that down, it should be this. There we go. So that's what we're going for there. Then the next part of this, I guess, is to get redstone on there and then automatically trigger this, right? So what we're going to do is grab this deployer. Hopefully pop it up here. We need to go ahead and hunt down our wrench here. Do I have one of them? I have one around here somewhere. There you go. Go ahead, hopefully get this spun around the right way. Something like that. And hopefully I can get this motor. Actually, I don't know how these motors place when you put them down. So if I go ahead and grab this motor, pop it right there. That's good. Then we could set up the rotational force. I don't know if going max speed matters or not, but we'll try max speed. And I may have to do a little tweaking on this too. It may be a little wonky at first, like I said. But that'll start poking that. We don't actually want that in poke mode either. We actually have to, I think, right click on the fist. There you go. It'll actually turn it into a fist there. So we want on that mode. That is the left click mode, basically. Now if I grab redstone, it should do the next part of it, which is punch the block and make the thing. Do that. There you go. Instantly, right? So that works out. So that handles that. Where did I actually get that? I guess I did get the flux dust that time. And then I guess the next thing we need to do is drop redstone automatically. We'll start really slow with this because this will be where I probably have to tweak this a little bit. Because, yeah, it's going to be a little wonky, like I said. What we'll do for right now is grab gold block because it won't break that. And come across here. Grab ourselves a... Oh, I made 2 deconstructors, didn't I? I want 2 constructors. So go ahead and grab another constructor here. Constructor. Put that down. Sweet. And grab... Hey, what are we waiting on? Oh, do that. There you go. Grab you. Fantastic. And pop that there. And then we'll have to run some cable around that too. The cable's going to be a little wonky with this, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Go ahead and bring that all the way up around this because I don't want to bring it in the front. There you go. Then we'll go ahead and set this part up. And this part would be just redstone, right? And the main thing I need to control here is the speed at which the redstone actually goes out, right? So we'll go ahead and put a redstone there. Go ahead and break this. Then break that. We need to change the setting too. So right now it's on items, exact. Drop blocks. No, we want it to drop blocks. Wait, drop blocks instead of placing. Yeah, that's the one we want there. Then it'll always be dust, right? Yeah, drop the blocks and it considers that a block. I'll have to turn that down right away too. We want explosion. I guess that would be explosion, right? There we go. Got that way turned down just so we could hear here. But it is working. It's doing its thing. It's not particularly fast yet. And we have to kind of deal with some of the random flying around of items. Notice items are just flying all over the place. So we'll have to deal with that as well. Let's do an ender chest right now and deal with the blocks. This could pretty much go anywhere. Let's just go ahead and pop this here. Go ahead and do that. And then make sure this is filtered and make sure it's whitelist. Now that stuff should start going in the system here. Want to go ahead and probably get that filtered right away. So let's head over here. We'll do the auto crafting of the blocks later on. We don't need that right now. I just want to get a whole bunch of this dust, basically. What the heck is in there? Maybe that was a balloon or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So is that actually coming in right now? Oh, it might not be because it's not chunk loaded. Wait a sec. Yeah, it's not because it's not chunk loaded. It must have instantly unchunk load those now. Anyway, let's come through here. And now it's probably coming in? Yeah, it's coming in no problem now. So we have it semi-automated, right? But it's still a little bit of a mess here. I want to speed this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and grab a stack upgrade. Because if we make this too fast, it can only process so much kind of per operation. But I don't know what the amount is. So we need to kind of tweak it out until we find the happy spot. So do that now. Then start dropping stacks. There you go. We should be getting a stack at a time. So that's already pretty fast, right? That's probably fast enough, but we might be able to tweak it out a little bit more here. I think I should frame this out too. Let's actually grab glass and make it so like redstone's flying around a little bit. I don't know how to deal with that. That's one thing I don't know how to deal with fine storage, because the constructors are actually not full blocks and they can actually kind of squeeze in between there. I don't know if there's anything I do about that, but at least I can do it on the front here. And then what else? Maybe a couple speed upgrades. A couple speed upgrades and maybe call this done. Let's see. How fast that go? No? That looks good to me. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of explosions though. If I do another one, it's still good. We lost one redstone. I just want to kind of watch it here and see if we can actually keep up with that speed. Now we're going to lose some redstone if we do that. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it back down. Let's do this here. Try that again. Yeah, that looks like it works. Huh, that was actually way simpler than I thought it was going to be. Nice. Probably should have done it in a corner though, just so there wouldn't have been as many spots for the redstone to possibly fly out. Because every once in a while we're still going to get some that flies out. I don't think there's anything I can do about that, to be honest, but I mean, it doesn't matter that much. This seems like it's pretty consistent right here. That's not too bad at all. Hopefully this motor just doesn't randomly break. I'll have to kind of watch it to make sure. But I think that's pretty much everything, right? So let's go to FTB chunks. Go here. Okay, do that. And make sure it's force loaded. There you go. And yes, you do have to chunk load these. So if you go to, what is this mod here? Compact machines. there's these things, right? Chunk loader upgrade. You can't craft them. So unless you know a way to craft these, you can't actually chunk load these with it itself. It's been like that for a long time. You need to have those upgrades, and almost every pack disables them for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyway, that looks like that's the flux dust automation. That was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought way more redstone was going to fly around. Huh. That was actually simple. Cool. So I figured we might as well go ahead and do the automation of the actual blocks themselves as well. So I have pretty much everything ready to go here. Let's go ahead and grab a Eye of Ender. Do that. We're just going to do this in a tier 3 crafter, because why not? And anything else I need to export here? Obsidian, Flux, and the cores. I think that's all we need. Well, we don't have to send the cores. I guess it's just Flux, Obsidian, and the Eyes of Ender. I already have that. Then we should be able to throw some stack upgrades here like that. I think I already have this thing filtered, so I put everything in here in the slot. So remember, have to make sure I keep room for the flux dust, room for obsidian, room for Eyes of Ender, and then room for the flux cores. Then you click remember on all those. Then I have the recipe ready. I haven't set it up yet though. The first one here, the actual cores, we want to make sure that stays internal, because we need these cores in here to do the crafting for the actual blocks, right? So we'll go ahead and do that. Then the last part should be this here, and that one can go to external. And if we do that there, I guess it just needs power. Where am I going to power this from, actually? From the front, like I have been doing the whole time. Let's go ahead and grab some gates. There you go. There's one right there. And pop that right there. And hopefully you start crafting things. Awesome. And then we just need to import that, and that is effectively done. Actually, let's go ahead and grab some of them, too. I want to go ahead and get a drawer set up really quick. I noticed that the dust is going up super fast, right? So, yeah, probably a good idea. Kind of get this in here, right? You go, and then I guess an importer, and then we are finished, right? So yeah, this wasn't too bad in automation. I thought this one was going to be one of the harder ones, but at the same time, doesn't seem too bad at all. We need a lot of these too, like 200,000 of the actual blocks. So you do need a lot of dust, but at the same time, I don't think it matters because, well, we're producing the flux dust itself so quick that it'll actually go through it pretty quickly. Guess I just need a cable. I feel like I should have a cable. Where did my cable go, man? Go ahead and hunt down a cable. Right there. I had to stack them on me too. I totally derped. Anyway. And those are importers. I guess I have to tell it what to import. Wanted to import. No, it is importing. I guess I can't keep up on the import, man. I may have to add another importer here. I mean, I'm actually almost happy with that. I think it'll get caught up with the flux dust anyway, right? I think that's good. I don't think we're actually producing it faster than that. Unless it's actually going up in here. So if we go to the flux... check this out. Is it going up or down? Is that going down or up? No, it is going down slowly. So we'll keep up with the speed. It'll get all caught up there. We already have 1,000 of those blocks, it looks like. Just about. I guess in a couple minutes here, we'll have 1,000 blocks. So that should handle that automation. That's not too bad at all. So that's pretty slick. Done, man. Finished. 2 for day. So one more taken care of. And we don't have many more to do before we actually start working towards the Infinity Catalyst. So yeah, pretty awesome round. But I think I'm going to go ahead and actually end this one here. So as always, guys, like this video, please hit that like button. Really liked it. Hit that subscribe button. It is always appreciated. When you guys all have a good one. See you guys in the next video. Later.